Guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Darling. Thank you guys so much for clicking once again. If you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing. And to all my OGs, you know what to do. Like this video, comment down below, let me know, gang. Thank you all so much for joining once again. Hope you watched my previous video. Today we are just going to be giving an update and a very important topic, you know, coming into Canada in 2025. How do you plan to conquer the land? Okay, so how do you plan to stay? What are your goals? What are the things? You know, it's easy for me to come here, do videos about, okay, you know, home care pathway is coming, this pilot is happening, this one is happening. There are people that are going to be coming in with their families, they're going to be coming in with their husbands, they're going to be coming in, you know, with their wives. And if one person is doing the home care, what can the other person do? You know, not everybody is going to come here and just sit. Some people have like heavy investments that they are bringing and they want to know how best to put these things. Okay, so this particular video, this particular topic, understand that these opinions are mine. You're free to share your own opinion and what you think, because I believe so much in research. I believe so much in sharing thoughts. Okay. Whatever I think is the truth today might not be the truth tomorrow, okay? Whatever I think is a thought that governs me today might not govern me tomorrow. So it's very important for me personally to be able to share this kind of topic, okay? Let's talk about buying houses, you know, buying cars. What should people do? Now that I've landed, I see, you know, I'm a single guy, I'm coming. I've done several videos talking about, okay, who should come? How should you come? Are you single? Are you married? Please, everybody, gather, because we're going to be talking as a family. Okay, so first of all, updates for those of you that do not know, the LMIA points have officially been removed. So before, if you get an LMIA, you will get extra 50 points. A lot of people had to pay heavily to get that LMIA. So we're talking, you know, thousands. At my former job, I know somebody that paid 11,000 or thereabout, and his own was the cheapest I had. In fact, after his own, the next person I had 15. Some people from the Indian community, I have one classmate that said she was charged 30, different amount for just 50 points LMIA, that job offer. They were charging heavily. So right now, it is no longer in the express entry. So we're expecting for points to come down. If you're already here and you want to use the CEC, that's the Canadian Experience class, expect points by God's grace to come down, whether they're starting with health, whether they will do trade. But we've done French already, we've done provincial already. The next draws that we are looking at, the Canadian Experience class and other category based draw. Remember, I predicted that I suspect they will not do any category based draw until they take off that 50 points, and it has happened. Now we're officially in spring. The LMIA points do not count. Another reason I'm doing this video is because people must be shocked. Like, the person that they charge 40,000 for LMIA, did they pay? Yes. There are people that paid a lot of money, a lot. So imagine somebody having that large chunk. What else can they do? And a lot of people come here, you know, because it's a Canadian dream. Many people sell a lot of things when they come here. The first point of call is probably buying a car, buying a house, you know, like that is the projection and that is the goal. For me personally, a lot of people watching this channel, you know that the kind of way my own things are going is here. I just personally, I would say I flow with, you know, the Spirit of God, and also try to do a lot of research. I think if you have money and you want to go with these steps, there is nothing wrong with it, okay? But we are going to be discussing a more fail-proof, because there are some of us that do not even have the luxury of making mistake. You know, when you're comparing your life and saying, oh, this other person bought a house and nothing happened and this and that, there are some people you're comparing your lives to that have backup in dollars. I'm telling you that if at all they have any form of issues, they have backup. Like, they have sister in like one place in US, elder brother is a doctor in this other place. Like, they will pull $50,000 in a blink of an eye for the person and bail them out of any situation. Imagine that is not the same for every single person. So that's the reason I'm doing this video. Now, shout out to Eddie. Eddie's a pastor. He's based here in Canada with his lovely wife and his son. He did a video and posted on his channel. I'm going to be posting that video because that video is going to be the anchor with which I will lead my own point of view. Okay, watch the video.
When you were single, you came to Canada. You just had PRO straight. You had a job, they were paying you $4,000 per month. Now maybe winter just taught you small. Minus 35 degrees. Sit to the bus stop for like 2 hours. There was no bus. All the buses that were passing, you were saying, out of service. You knelt down the bus stop and you pray, say, Lord, next year winter will not catch me without my car. And you made the resolution. But guess what? This is where you made the mistake. Your prayer was right. But rather than looking for a car that you can pay outright, a car that will give you peace of mind, you went to take a car. You went to take the one with the high class. When you were signing it, you signed it for 7 years. And you're in your head that after I have another job, I will just pay it off. Bi-weekly. See that bi-weekly is a scam. Bi-weekly is scam. Because there are some months you will pay 3 times. Actually, not 2 times. Sweet car. I'll just be doing road trip. You know the funnest part? When you buy the car, you went to go and buy the one with V8. Not even the one with normal engine. You went to buy the one with V8 engine. You were like, if I buy this car, I'll be going on a road trip every week. But guess what? You're not working for the car. Road trip for the past 5 years. You have not gotten it. This is a mistake. Why? You made the decision when you were single. But guess what? You now got married. And now the expenses of the house has now increased. And not just car loan. Mortgage too. Mortgage, having a house is very good. Especially when you are using it for investment purposes. If you are paying a mortgage for the house that you are living in and there's no other, like maybe renting or something that will help you take off that expenses, it is hard. You have the good job right now, but you have not thought about job security. You have not thought about the fact of your age, that in 10 years time, you will get to the age of retirement, which means the income that you are having now, you will not be able to have it forever. Chapter 14, verse 28. He said, have you seen a man who he wants to build a house? He does not first sit down to examine the costs if he will be able to finish it.
Alright guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I'm doing this video because the comment section, different people had different, things to say. And let's understand first from his point of view. Most times when I talk about moving to Canada, I say, okay, single guys, try to at least, if you have a serious girlfriend, there's nothing there. You people should marry so that when you come here, the pressure is not too much on you. You can start, arranging your funds together. And when you come, if you know me, the way I used to drop my own, remember, it's not advice. So everything I'm saying here is gist. The way I drop my gist, it can be very personal. So I'll go as far as telling them, see, as you come here with your wife or your girlfriend, manage yourself, like you people have just married. Can you give yourself like 1 year so that your leg goes strong, small, before you begin to think of picking, those kind of things. These are advices because we really do not know the end, okay? We are just trying to make, how would I even put it? Some fail-proof plans. I'm not saying children are not a blessing. I'm not saying that you will not have to. I'm just saying that this first time as you come, the two of you hustle, try to get your finances to a steady point. Then you can start planning because, it's the Western world. So he made an analogy and said, okay, you came in as a single guy. You got a good job. Things started happening for you fast. Time to get a car. They are telling you maybe bi-weekly payments is just 500 and you're getting a job that is paying you 8,000 a month. Like, what is that? You can afford it. You have a house and then maybe you rented a condo and later somebody is like, come on, down payment of 50,000 will give you this house in so place, front car, garage, everything set. And you buy, it's easy because at this point, of course, the money is coming, everything is arranged, you've planned your expense, you see your savings, everything is making sense. And now, Mr. Young Guy, you go to Nigeria, you want to get married, you bring the young girl here. Because the two of you are very much in love. As she lands, she's already pregnant. Pregnancy is a spirit because some people are energetic, some people are ill throughout. So if, for instance, your wife has like the pregnancy sickness, morning sickness. Some sicknesses are not even just morning. And I'm looking at, okay, she comes in. Sometimes you have to stay off work to take care of her. If she comes with somebody, expenses are no longer $200, $300 a month on food. It goes up. That fuel that was 200 a month, it goes up because you're using the car, she's using the car, so it goes up. Different little expenses that you probably did not think of, and be like, I see, I'm working, I have a job, I have this, fine and good, but you're seeing that the money you planned to have after your expense as saving is going down. It's still not a bad thing, you're still moving it. Now, what if that is the point where he was trying to get to. You did not take into consideration this expense change. God forbid something happens that still puts a lot of pressure on your finances. Whatever it can be. Sometimes it's something back home. Sometimes it's something urgent. It just saps into your savings. And sometimes, like what's been happening over the past 5 years, layoffs. I have series of stories like people just bought a house, husband and wife, they just bought. In fact, they had a house. I don't know if it's friends. I don't know if it's, sometimes I feel like friends can, like some of you friends, chill out. Bro, more, you don't big pass to day for this small townhouse, so go buy a house now. You see this, go buy. Let's stop it. Let's stop it now. So they've gotten a bigger house. It was going well. All of a sudden, unprovoked, they just laid off. Oh, the company, this one, revenue is not meeting up. They laid off a lot of people. They want to sell the company. All their savings, they tanked it in trying to meet up with mortgage. And right now, they have to sell. When I was discussing with the person that gave me this story, and I was telling them, they have to sell. The truth is, because they are selling, it's not too early because they've had the house maybe less than a year or so. But they are not going to make a profit. I said, see, in this life, and sometimes you just want to break even. You just want to break even. Because for their rest of mind, I said, if they can sell and at least go and rent a normal apartment. There is nothing like, oh, they have done dedication, oh, they have told people they live in a big house. Oh, this. You will still make the money. They are, look, see, I don't even know how to explain to you that this country will not run out of new houses. People are always building. You will get a bigger house. I know, like, it broke them, of course. Nobody wants to ever get to the point where this kind of decision is something you want to hear from a stranger. You get that kind of thing. But I say, the fact that by God's grace, you've been able to, pay to a certain point, and fine and good, the area, you can find somebody that can buy the house, outright, and give you, at least you're not running into debts. That's the best possible outcome. The best possible outcome. So guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. You see, this is the angle where he was coming from for his video. Another angle, there are people coming here. There are many people I even speak with. They are in their late 40s. They are in their 50s. Some of them is the wives I speak with. Okay, the wives are in their 30s, but the husbands are maybe in their 40s or 50s. And you buy a house, 30 years mortgage, driving into your mid-70s. How long is it going to take before you finish the payment? Let's say, okay, you are fast and you did 13 months, so you did bi-weekly, meaning you pay off the mortgage very fast. Do you have enough left aside for retirement? What age are you going to finish? Like, when you want to buy this house, estimate the fastest time you can finish payments, and then the age you're going to be when you finish the payments. What will now service you beyond the house? Because the truth is, even when you finish mortgage payments and you're now retired, cost of repairing the house, will you be using your savings to repair the house? That means you have nothing to fall back on. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. That is where the business point comes in. That is where the investment point comes in. There are lots of different people that talk about, investing, business, and the rest of them. So I'm just going to be discussing that. Like he pointed out, I also wrote here, where I pointed out for the car. People wrote in the comment section about, if you buy a used car, somebody wrote that, they bought a used car for less than 10K and the thing got like really bad. Let me read the comments. It said, thanks for sharing. What you said makes a lot of sense. That said, buying a used car comes with its pros and cons, especially for families. Our first car was a used car we bought outright for under 10K. Within a year, it broke down. We had to sell it for just $600. We got another used car, and while it lasted longer, it also developed issues. We were lucky to sell it for 2003. Used car often come with higher insurance and unexpected repair costs, especially during the winter. We know cars are depreciating assets, and with kids, we didn't want to keep taking that risk. So over 3 years ago, we chose to get a brand new car as a family of 4. The difference has been clear. Lower insurance in our town, save about 2,500 annually, fewer repairs, and just the usual oil and tire changes. It's giving us peace of mind and better value for our money. Only one of us works outside the home, so one car is enough. And growing up, owning a home was always priority. Yes, mortgages can be demanding, but if you are aligned as a family, starting small is a good way to go. From my experience, a new car is better, especially in the winter. But of course, it all depends on the individual preference and what works for your family. Just try to avoid unnecessary financial pressure. That's the real win. Guys, let me know your thoughts. What she said, absolutely fantastic, absolutely true. But you see, the problem is buying cars just off Facebook Marketplace. Buying used car that you said my friend's cousin has a used car. Let's not do that. Let's not do that, okay? It's not everybody that can buy like a brand new car. Fine. But even those that want to buy used car, it doesn't mean we want to buy jalopy. Do you understand? Like, you can buy a clean used car. My car is a used car. I didn't buy a brand new car, but I bought it from a dealership. Do you understand? I did a video about where I bought it. I think I used Automax here in Calgary. Go there. Oh, in fact, I started searching on, I've forgotten the website for used car here that I used. Search on the stuff, and then I made sure that it was a dealership that was selling it to me. Now, the dealership bought it from somebody, yes, but then they listed out the things that they feel is wrong with the car. So when I was buying it, the cost price they told me is here. And then they said, we will change the suspension. There was this dashboard light. They had to buy the catalytic converter or whatever that will take off that light. They had to change the windshield because it had a crack. They had to, buy brand new tires. The dealer, I told them, see, diagnose this car, tell me everything that is wrong and fix it. Do you get that kind of thing? Like, don't go and buy a jalopy that nobody can help. Like, before you just carry the car and enter the road. No. So now, they did the analysis, and I have a warranty on their repairs. So in that way, I'm buying a car, at least you have a certain degree of rest of mind. I just recently did normal oil change, and then as spring is coming, I'll get new tires because I have winter tires. The brand new tires I just bought back in November. I'll remove them with the whatever and then put the new tires. Do you understand? For used car, I would say, if you do not do your due diligence, you will run into issues. And when you have kids, the last thing you want is to buy a car that, before you know, you start hearing a noise that you don't understand. Use a proper dealership. Even if you want to buy a used car, use a dealership so that the engineers there, they know. And me, I'm the kind of person that, in fact, during winter, I was trying to open my panoramic roof, and I pressed it so hard that, in fact, the whole roof, like when you want for summer, opened. Hey, I had to drive the car back and tell them, and I think they used something. They just put heat on the whatever so that the glass can move, because it was so cold. And imagine I just bought it on my own. I would have needed to go and pay, because I even called one, what's this called? Car repair something, because I was so worried. It was in the night. I had to park it in the garage because I was like, why can't this thing close and all of that? The next day I told my people, I said, see, I'm driving it to the car shop. Like, I called I called the lady that sold the car to me, the car dealer. I said, I'm driving it, I don't know what I pressed. And I went there in 5 minutes, the guy repaired it. I was like, take your key. At this point, they know me because I have a certain rest of mind using that. So for this, her comment, that will be it. She also mentioned about, mortgages. Buying house, and for me, it's not a bad thing. But I'm the kind of person that I love construction. I love, I did engineering, so I love the construction field. I would even like to go into it, architecture. I am marveled by that. So most times when I see show homes and all of that, I go in to discuss with them. One thing I've noticed then, for those of you that, you move from maybe staying in a ped or a duplex. You know, these houses that are 2 in 1. And then you go and stay in a laned home. Laned home is those houses that are your own, only you. And then maybe you have your car, your garage at your back. Those houses are considerably smaller than the duplex you're coming from. Have you noticed that? So I was looking at plans when I went to one particular builder here, and we're just discussing. And I noticed that because with the duplex, I don't even know how I will draw this thing. With duplex, your house is like this, and okay, so I have to draw it. It's so funny. With duplex, this is house 1, house 2. Okay, you people just have this passage at the corner, you know, house 1, house 2, duplex, and the size they tell you for your house is for this corner. Okay, here and here. That's what they tell you. But now, if you now want to do laned home, that same size that they now have to fit a house inside. That's what causes the problem. So in a financial, when it comes to investment, are you seeing? So this is the same size as this. But because your house is only you, they have to have space here and here. So it means your main structure is smaller because they will use part of this space that they would have used in this side to make space for you. I hope you guys understood it, okay? So in terms of investments, these duplexes are sometimes like 30K cheaper. Make your findings. So as you're buying the house, it's not like Nigeria where you like have a fantastic large compound. Don't be in a hurry for all those things, because even these duplexes, there's space at the back, there's deck space, then there's garage space, then you can have the lawn before the garage. So you have better savings on this. And then one of the houses I saw that is a duplex, the basement, the way they did it, 2 bed, 2 baths, so nice. I'm like, very good. So if this can enter, you're in a laned home, and know that I think this period in Canada, they are giving, don't quote me, about 10K if you develop a secondary unit or something. The government gives like some kind of like discount or something like that. So imagine you're already getting 30K difference for buying a much bigger space. And this house, of course, 3 bed, normal, like your laned home is like almost the same, if not sometimes, more spacious. And then your basement, you're getting 10K less. You understand? Because you develop it, and imagine how much you save. So for those of you that really want to look into buying a house, your first home should have like investment thinking in mind. Do you understand? Because by the grace of God, you're going into bigger and better houses. So if you can get something like this, if townhouses are cheaper for you, it's not all townhouses that have basements. I don't think they do, because many of them, the last floor is mainly for the car. So that's why I prefer this one, because this one has basement option. And if you want to park car, there's garage at the back. Do you get that kind of thing? Like, you get the option of having a big house and, all of that. So for those that maintain about, having mortgage and the value it brings, it depends on the size of the family. You can now decide when you get this type of house. If you people are just husband and wife, why are you having a 7-bedroom big house? Husband and wife, stay in the basement, rent the up. Rent now is actually low, like rent prices have gone down. For this type of house, 3 bed up, you can get for like 2,000. My agent took me to one, was like, the house is big. I wish I gave my friend. My friend just came recently, and I think last year, December, their house is 2,002. I wish we saw it, because markets keep changing. But right now, 3 bedroom plus bonus room plus office, big space like this, 2,000. Affordable. But if somebody else is paying that 2,000 and you are in the basements maybe 1-3, you see, stay there. Saving. So that not tomorrow now you are struggling for. The idea about this video is so that we do not struggle. It's not that you do not, enjoy things. I see, why will you want me after paying to buy house? I will now go and stay in the basement instead of staying in the big up bed. It's not a problem to stay in the upper. But I'm saying just husband and wife. The two of you are working morning, afternoon, night. My dear, if you may allow the people that did the house to finish the basement, you will see you are stressing yourself. You are stressing yourself. Some of this, you're stressing yourself. Imagine having more afterwards. Like, up is paying your mortgage, you have extra, like you're basically living in your house for free. But if you're living up, you still have to maybe chip in for one payment or the other. Guys, let me know your thoughts. If you now want to buy maybe two, like this kind of duplex, because where I'm staying now, the landlord is the owner of the entire place. So if you want to buy two, or you want to buy a townhouse row of 4, that is for those that are afraid of buying like proper businesses. You still want to do housing. Make sure you're sure of the monies that are coming in, and you have properly estimated, like in terms of the market, because there are many houses that are sitting vacant. They've been sitting vacant for months. International students are not coming, so houses are vacant. If you do not have the money, there are many cases that people have had to let go of their houses because they had 3-4 homes they had to sell. We do not want to make that mistake. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Buying a business, I probably would do a separate video about, buying business. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section if you want that. There are several ways to start a business. Many people are coming here with their husbands, their families, and not everybody wants to work. Some people just say, I want to come in. I was talking to a family, and the man is really insistent on buying a business. So he's into, I think, most of the mechanical aspects. And I said there are several businesses we can look at. But, when you come in with your PRO, we'll start looking at, registering the businesses to approach. You do your findings, with the new laws here, if he needs to get his journeyman certificate, you get your gold seal certificate, because if you want to buy somebody's business, they want a station whereby you're not just certified in Nigeria, but you're also certified in Canada. You can run their business very well. There are businesses you can even finance to buy. Okay, depending. Are you very sure you can run it? There are some spas that are going up for sale for 100,000. Imagine you use that money to go and buy a house that is just a house. You could have bought a business, and from that business, keep investing in the business. After the first 2 years, you now start having profits that you can set aside to now buy the house. But if you buy house first, how many, unless you go by my first formula of staying in the basement, and then you now have very little because it's mortgage. After paying all the expenses and maintenance, you might not have so much left. How long will you have to gather those little things you have left before you can get to a certain amount to buy a business or that? But you can start with buying a business and subsequently buy a house faster than starting with buying a house and then buying a business with the profits. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Person said, I disagree. I've got a lot of families. I've got a lot of friends, who bought their car outright, who are financing here in BC. They all have cars above 50,000. If you have money, please buy what's good for you. It's a reward for your hard work. All these old model cars self na problem. As for me, I don't go for less. That's why you need to have a side hustle so you can afford the lifestyle you want. Like I said, I don't want a situation whereby people begin to see this as maybe people that have been here projecting poverty thoughts on them. It's not. It's being wise financially, okay? It's being wise. There's one fantastic finance creator, I think her name is Rennie. She was interviewing her father, and her father said one of the biggest mistakes he made was the moment he came here, he decided to buy, I think it was a Mercedes-Benz or a BMW, one big car that he always had in mind. It's not like it's bad. He still has the car. I think he has finally finished paying off. But he said for him, it was just a mistake. It was a financial mistake. There are many good cars below 50k, brand new. The thing that is hungering you, you've not said. You've not said. This is not like Nigeria where you say, okay, you must buy Toyota. In fact, in this country, Toyota is for people that EFCC needs to carry. Toyota is for people that are into like Yahoo. Because the price of Toyota is not Yahoo. Toyota is quite expensive. There are many cars that, unlike, it's not, I won't say, like Nigeria, you say, oh, there's problem, getting parts and the rest of them. Hyundai has a lot of nice cars. The recent Kia cars are also very nice. Some people swear by, here, Subaru cars are really, really good and their price point is fantastic. You can get brand new car. But the one that is in your mind is Benz, brother. My brother, now Benz, your mind. Go and buy it. Buy it, buy the BMW, more rest. This thing for your hard work, buy it. We're looking at depreciating assets. We're looking at the fact that by the time you finish paying off, you'd have paid in excess of close to 60,000. The car is maybe valued at whatever it's valued at. But in excess, you might have paid 40, 30, depending on the, interest you have to pay for the car. And some of these cars, the novelty wears off. It's not Calgary. The novelty wears off. If you really want a superstar big car, buy the normal car. You can lease those cars. Summer is for how many months, Kwano? When you have your normal Toyota and you say, oh, Rangito, now they hungry me. Fine. Go to Range Rover and tell them for the next 3 months, I want to lease the latest Range Rover. Drive and make your body come down. Go and return it. You will see that in this life, by the time you finish driving it after that 3 months, you love it when you are driving it. But the fact that it's not even attached to you forever and ever, repairs and everything, maybe it will work better for you. So for those of you that like it, also try the option of leasing it, so that maybe you go see if now just, when you don't day country, maybe say you never drive your dream car, just lease it for a month, so that let it be that your village people have seen that you drove Range Rover or you drove Mercedes Benz, so that your body can come down. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. So that's, for me, is it. I would say, please, 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 whenever you see videos like this, don't just rush to the comment section and say, no, don't tell us. Old car is like this, new car is like this. Some of us, before we buy, I think maybe because I just keep telling people, I cannot afford to make certain mistakes. So I do research. I research like a thief. I research like somebody that my 1 naira, or my $1, before I spend it, I will research and research and research. Some of you will be business owners. So when you want to buy even a used car, you may need to go for an SUV, just because you need to transport things. Like for me, I would say getting an SUV was one of the best things, because when it came to moving even to this space, many of the things I moved, I used my car. I'll just fold the seats, from carrying bed to carrying sofa to carrying big things. Car. I use my cousin's husband also helped me. Car. Big, you just carry. But if you have a very small sedan, you have to look for the person to borrow their car and all of that. So sometimes these SUVs help. Don't go and buy V8 engine. Fuel is very expensive here. We are not saying that you should not enjoy yourself, but buy 4-cylinder, so that, because I'm telling you, with full use, $75 fuel might take you just 1 week. Depending on how far you're driving, just 1 week. So in a month, imagine how much. Some people spend close to 300, 200 and something. Is like you didn't really drive, but it's fine and good. A lot of money for fuel. It costs a lot. So when you're buying V8 engine, that Benz, so they hungry you, and that G-Wagon V12, now the one way it the hot. As you do, vroom, it has sucked out all your fuel. So you cannot be managing life. The people that should get to that point where you say, oh, it's the hard work, it's my sweat. Imagine now you have a barber shop. You have a barber shop, the next building you bought it, salon is doing well. Downstairs, you bought maybe the franchise to Popeyes or Chick-fil-A. You bought one of these franchise, and then all your businesses are doing well. My brother, go and buy the Benz. I will follow you. I will give you the red bow, may you put on top. At that point, do you understand the angle we are coming from? Because like I said in one of my videos, many of the people that are relocating, Nigerians that are relocating, are very career driven. That's why most times for those of us that are business people, we are not seeing the ginger. Because even business people, when they come here, I will not lie. I myself, I'll just be like, please, let's find a way to at least start making the money. Then we now think of the business. Then we now think of, hardly will you see people going, you know what? Let's start thinking of business now. Let's start, let's start business and all of that. That kind of helps you, because if you have a business mindset, let me tell you, when you come to this country, you will not want to expend more than you have gained. Listen to me. You will not want to expend more than you have gained. I used this analogy when I was talking about how to live. I came into, when I was a student, my budget for rent was 1,500 per month. I've seen the range plus or minus. So when I found my house and the master's bedroom was 1,100, in my head, I was under budget. So I did try. Only for me to now have the situation, of course, God bless my housemate Zodi back then. When she felt pregnant, she had morning sickness. I was like, okay, you know what? Let me go and stay with her now. Since it's the same house, the same all-inclusive, internet, utilities, everything. I now went to the basement to stay with her. It's all connected to the main house. $750. I've given you this story. So now I'm saving a whole half of my initial budget. Guess what? That savings helped me to sleep. The nights I feel exhausted and I cannot walk, it's okay because I'm not choked up with bills. We do not want this. I'm not saying that you're working above your budget. I'm only saying that you're working considerably below your budget, that you are not overwhelmed, that you can take a break without feeling like the bills will catch up with you. Do you understand? So bring your eye down. Bring it. We are not saying that if you bring it down, how will you not enjoy your this? You are the one comparing. Many of us are indebted or in different. Many of us are in different financial brouhahas because of comparison. And friends, there's nothing there. No, go meet your friend. They say, guy, you don't big pass today for. Shh. Let people grow at their pace so that they don't fall into bese and now make a decision to go back, and it now becomes so much of a God, you have forsaken me. Do you get that kind of thing? You buy a house and then you have to sell it and then you have to make a decision to retrace your steps and you start feeling sad and all of that. I believe that even when you make that kind of decision, know that you will definitely bounce back. But it's a call for all of us to get to the point where we say, how about we never get there? How about we secure ourselves? The two of you might be working fantastic jobs, but if it's jobs, you can never tell. Job security, you can never tell. You might have calculated your life to the point one day they wake up. You can never, nobody's wishing you bad. But we want a situation whereby make sure that your expense or whatever is fueling you is beyond it's not in the hands of somebody. Somebody cannot just make a decision that changes your entire family dynamics. Overnight, all your calculation don't change. Find alternative investments. You understand? Your wife can do the business while you work if you want to, that situation. If you are more business conscious, you can do the business while your wife works. That dynamic is what helps people here in Canada. If the two of you are career people, what can we invest in collectively that can run so that we have another source of income? I'm not talking side hustle. I'm talking like a proper income that if, God forbid, one of us lose our jobs, it can sustain us. That's the thing with the West. We do not want to see many of our brothers and sisters that have bought houses allow their houses go into foreclosure. People are stranded. People are like, oh my God, somebody was sacked from the office. Somebody was framed and sacked. And in 3 months, you've gone through your funds because house is big. Funds and see. Please, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. That will be my advice, and that will be, something I feel like we should look at as a community. However we can get to the point where we're thinking more business, I will try to see businesses and maybe share. Let me know your thoughts. I'll do a video about, businesses that are available, the location, and maybe do a breakdown about, what you can do about it. I'll try to get more information because I too am looking to restart my business very soon, looking to restart my business by the grace of God and also venture into other business ideas, And for me, I feel like being somebody that has always been doing business, whenever I think of 9 to 5, it just feels so exhausting. Like for me, it's not just like feeling exhausting alone. I just feel like I'm forcing myself into a rat race that I don't belong. That is just I'm forcing myself into a rat race I don't belong simply because I feel like I need to make money and, we need to continuously make money. But if I can make the money in a different way, will I still force? When you can answer that, see, this job you're doing, if you can find a way to, make it from business or from this, will you still keep pushing and pushing? No, I must go. I must work in this company. I must climb corporate ladder. I must climb this thing. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. So that will be it. If I'm going to advise as we plan for 2025, please, when you come in, let us look at these things, okay? If you want to buy a car, do your findings. We do not want debt. I'm not saying that there's no good way to manage your debt, especially in a new country. I'm just saying that if you do more research, there will be no need for you to have use your credit cards for different things. Let's not do that. Just do the one where your hand reach, especially in little small things like this. Also know that, if you get a car, you get a good car, you can also use it for Uber, Lyft, or whatever those other things are. But brand new car, also you can use it. But remember, this country is so big that we are looking at mileage. I just drove last November till now. how many miles? It's not just last week. In less than 3 months, I was going back for my servicing. But in Nigeria, most of those changing oil, it takes a while. Do you get that kind of thing? Because we're not like expending it that much. So that's also another thing you need to consider. We can see a very new car, maybe a year, they've done like 80K already. You know, that kind of thing, because of all this Uber, Lyft, and the rest. Also remember, as guys are coming in, ladies are coming in, it pays to do honest living. It pays. There are certain decisions you might have to make as a result of maybe things that happened in the family. I'm saying this because of some stories, of course, we heard, and for the privacy of the people involved. If you need to take certain decisions, work in certain places, just to, chip in and make sure your family unit is covered, I believe that you can. I believe strongly that you can. Nobody's saying like losing a job is not the end of the world. It doesn't mean you're rejected. It doesn't mean you're not good enough. I just believe that, with time, we should get to a point where we're able to do what it takes. You've made the decision to come to a new country. Please let us read. When you want to invest in a house, don't be in a hurry. Don't be in a hurry. Pray. Go through the plan. Pack all the plan from different builders. Pray. Look at it and look at it and look at it. Price like a thief. Price. Pray. When you want to even invest, pray. And know that by the grace of God, wherever you're starting from is an investment property. Have it at the back of your mind. Like, this is our investment property. From here, God is going to take us higher. So you're not buying the house like you're buying where we are going to end. No, an investment property. It's going to be easy for me to rent this one, then go to, the next one, you keep climbing. There's nothing wrong in apartments. Some apartments come with condo fees, but some of them, depending on the part of the country you're in, are considerably cheaper. Some apartments are going for 250 or thereabouts. These amounts are considerably cheaper, but in the long run, they get more tenants. Do you get that kind of thing? So some people make those decisions based on that. If that is where your hand can afford now, no wahala. And some people like me, I would much prefer, if you see a apartment 200 and you see condo 250, you see townhouse 250, try do townhouse, because that one now you're not paying condo fee. Your garage is just under. You have more floors and more leverage, more space and the rest of them. You need to research, my brothers and sisters. Please help me, so that when we run into certain things, we know how to navigate. Okay? If you enjoyed this video, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Like I said, it's just mostly a town hall meeting at this point, how we are going to plan for Canada in 2025. Thank you so much for watching. I'm your girl, Asti Darling. Please make sure to like, share, and comment. Leave your comments in the comment section, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.